Welcome to the Toronto Livings Podcast, a conversation about all things Toronto with a focus on real estate, the culture, and of course, the food.
I'm Mark Savell.
And I'm Joey Virgilio.
And we're realtors with Sage Real Estate working together as a Toronto Livings team with a focus on helping you buy better, sell higher, and of course, having a little bit of fun along the way.
All right. We're on episode 11.
11, our first week hiatus.
Oh, yeah, I know.
We took a little break.
It feels weird coming back to it.
It does.
Yeah.
We had overwhelming success with the universally known Renee from RE Creative.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I got a lot of questions about DVD porn. Way more than I'm qualified to answer.
You know what's funny is when I was thinking about that too, I was like, yeah, I had this the same thought process.
Everyone's like, oh, I'm like, dude, I don't want to go into this conversation. But we're on another path on episode 11. We are recording this, so if you want to check us out on YouTube, Toronto Livings, just search us up and you'll find us.
Yep.
I'm rocking my brand new Petronas Formula One t-shirt.
Oh, you're repping today.
I'm repping, yeah. I never in my wildest manifestations thought at 37 I would have so much F1 gear. I thought like at 37 I would have like 2 kids, like I'd dress in suits every day and like be an adult. And all I want to do is buy F1 gear. And I don't even care which team. Like I want to wear it all.
It's the paraphernalia.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm feeling good. It's middle of May. The sun's out.
I know. It's so hard to be in a bad mood. It's so funny. Every showing I've had these past few days, I've just been like, I can't be upset right now.
No.
Like I walk out the door and I'm immediately like, the smile comes on the face.
You know how I know I'm in a good mood? I'm happy to sit in traffic.
Yeah.
Like whatever. Just let the sun beat on my forehead.
Yeah.
It's all good. Cool, man. We had a busy couple weeks as per usual. I feel like every episode's like, it was a busy week.
Yeah.
It was. We did a wild open house, man.
Oh man. I'm still like, we're how many days ago was that now? That was like
a week and a half.
Was it a week? Yeah, a week and a half.
Something like that.
I'm still buzzing over it.
Yeah. Well, it could be the tequila in us.
A little bit. Yeah. It's still lingering around. Yeah.
Still in the system. That was good, man. We had a really good open house. We did the penthouse at 39 Roehampton. It was May 4th, just before Cinco de Mayo, and we had a Mexican themed open house for the agents.
Yeah.
We had the gem that you found, Sebastian.
Yes.
From Sandwichito.
Sebastian came through. What a champ. Yeah. Killed those. He was making tacos fresh.
Yeah.
And oh my God, they were so good.
Yeah. He's our official food sponsor of this show for life, I think.
Yeah, I'm ready
to make that. Yeah.
Let's make that commitment.
Yeah, let's commit to him. No, man, if you're going to do an open house or any type of catering, call Sebastian.
Yeah.
Like when I talk about on your P's and Q's, he showed up, he had his cart, like it was hands off.
He was completely self-contained. Like he just had his,
set it up, and then he cleaned the kitchen better than anyone. I'm like, I'm going to pay you extra for this. So shout out him. And in between the food he made tacos. He had a mushroom taco and a meat taco. Yeah. And it was incredible.
Both were like insanely good.
How many did you smash?
I know. I lost count.
Shame,
I lost count at a certain point. Yeah. I would just sneak them every once in a while.
I hit 8.
Oh, you went 8?
Yeah. I don't care, man. They were so good, and like you just keep going back for more.
He gave us to go. He gave a to go plate. There was 2. There was 8 tacos on a plate, and I was like a close enough walk to home. And I was like, I'll just take them and I'll bring them back to Molly.
Did it make the lobby? Did you make it to the lobby?
Yeah, they made it. I brought him back, but like I really debated just like scarfing him as I was walking.
It was so good.
There was only one plate. Where he gave us one plate.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Well, you told Molly that there was only one plate when you got home.
No, I didn't.
I'm not gonna rat you out, but that's funny. Yeah, man. If you want to taste the art that is Sandwichito, look him up on Instagram. You got to order in advance. He did a really good video on how he doesn't have a storefront.
I love it. Yeah. He's starting a series where he's just like, here's spots you can go to eat.
Yeah.
Like, I love it. Yeah.
Don't eat on this bench. Nah, the great guy. He actually lives nearby me. So I gave him a lift home or back to the shop or whatever. And we really bonded. The guy is a solid dude.
Just a very good, cool, calm and collected guy. Yeah.
Cool, calm and collected. Best way to describe him.
Yeah.
So at the open house, we also had George Clooney's tequila.
Yeah, we did.
Casamigo.
Couple of, yeah, it was really good.
I really liked it, man.
I know. It was like, it was a nice little, also, Yeah, I want to just mention the main point of the main like feature of the night, which was the mariachi band.
Oh, Mariachi Fuego or Fuego Mariachi. I don't know, but that combination is who they are.
Not for nothing. That was like, if you want to get in a good mood, hire a mariachi band.
Hire a mariachi band.
Doesn't matter the event. Does not matter where you are in life. Just, I want them to just follow me around. I was just smiling the whole time.
They were solid. So when we were doing the open house at the Penthouse, I asked the concierge, I'm like, I have some people coming through. Can we bring them up? He's like, no, you got to come down. He was just not having it. It's like, you got to come down. I want everyone signed in, bring them up one at a time. Then the mariachi band arrives. That changed everything. He's like, do you have a card? Do they have a card? Can you play something for whoever comes, direct access? Like, it was just a mood changer.
I love it, man.
Yeah, no, the three of them were incredible. I was telling you in the elevator, one of them was convinced I was Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. Oh yeah, Tom Hanks. Yeah.
She's like, oh my God, you're Tom Hanks. I was like, pardon me? Como? So I'm not Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
I don't think I look anything like Tom Hanks. But
You must be related in some type of way.
I mean, if it made her day, I'm Tom Hanks. And they performed. They had a violin, guitar, and a trumpet.
Trumpet, yeah. Trumpet and singing. Yeah.
And singing. Yeah. No, that was great. 1 hour. Everyone was in a good mood. Everyone came through.
Yeah. We had a good group come through.
Lots of shout outs.
Yeah. No snow globe this time. So
yeah. So we did the sub penthouse, and right at 11 o'clock, it snowed to the point of nothing. So that was funny because you came up and you're like, wow, this place has a view. I'm like, yeah.
Anytime I've been in that penthouse or the sub penthouse, it was like I couldn't see. It was fog or snow or something that was just blocking the views.
No, good vibes, man. May is here. We should probably allude that we are going to talk about the April numbers, but we're getting through the banter of the week that was. And shout out, so many people came through. Josh from Under the Radar podcast. I want to have him on the show for sure.
100% he should. Yeah, we should.
Big cheerleader for the Oakwood and Eglinton area. And the guy creates incredible content. It was good to finally meet him. I've only talked to him online, so it was good to see him.
Good, solid guy. Yeah.
Rebecca and Haley came through, loved them. Mariana and Freddie. Like, Mariana is probably, I don't know, I feel like 7 months pregnant.
Yeah.
That girl's got energy like I've never seen before.
I know.
She was dancing. She put the mariachi hat on her belly. We did some maternity shoots in the penthouse, which was incredible.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Freddie was awesome.
Yep.
Lorena came through. Alex came through. Anth is with PSR now.
Yes.
Yeah, he came through.
Anth came through. Chris came through as well.
Chris came through, Renee, our first guest, showed some love and support with Zuzu. And my wife. Yeah. I looked around, I'm like, hey, wait a minute, why is my wife here? She's like, I'm supporting you, honey buns. I'm like, have a taco and tequila, let's do this. So shout out to her. I'm really glad she came through because she could see how hard we work. Yeah. And she's like, you're having a party. This is not work. So that was really good.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Leafs. Should we get into the Leafs?
Oh,
R.I.P.
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 R.I.P. I watched that one in a bar. I was in Vaughan on that one, and like
you were in Vaughan?
Yeah.
I was at a fundraiser in Highway 7 and something.
Oh yeah.
I feel like we were just Highway 7 and I don't know.
Pretty much something.
Sick kids fundraiser. It was good. They had the game on, but what sucked is there was like a 30-second delay.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so we're watching it, and I hear like, yeah, I'm like, what's going on over here? And then all of nowhere, I'm like, did they score? And so that worked in reverse in overtime.
Oh yeah.
Because this guy he's like, we're done. I'm like, no. He's like, no, I got the score. It's over. And then 30 seconds later,
oh my God, a full 30-second gap. Okay.
At least, yeah.
Yeah. We had, so we were in the bar, and like one set of TVs on the other side of the bar was moving faster than the TVs that we were in. So you'd always hear the crowd shout. It was like a wave through the bar. You know what happened just like seconds before it actually. Yeah.
I can live with seconds because it's kind of like that. But when it's like 30 or a minute and you're just like, dude. And then like the announcer comes out, he's like, ladies and gentlemen, Leafs scored. I'm like, yeah, I knew that 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know.
Whatever, man. I didn't have hopes. I didn't think we were playoff.
To make it to the next round, yeah, not likely. But like I didn't want to just lay over, just fair. I wanted to put up a little more of a fight.
Fair.
And it's funny, the whole bar felt very invested, even though I think everybody knew it was coming to an end.
Yeah. I told my dad the day of. He's like, my dad's a huge Boston fan.
Yeah.
And he's like, so what's going to happen tonight? And his prediction was the Leafs were going to win 4-1. And I said, we're going to lose 3-2 in overtime.
Oh.
Dad, I'm a shot caller.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, with precision. I was like, this is going to happen. And at the table, I'm like, I told the wife, I didn't want to spoil the mood, but I'm like, they're going to lose tonight in overtime. That's what happened.
A plus?
I guess.
Oh my God, predictor extraordinaire.
That's what I do. Not just a pretty face, not just a Tom Hanks lookalike, no biggie. We ate a lot this week. We'll just kind of maybe do a high level recap.
Yeah, let's do it
Because we ate a lot.
I know, we went to a bunch of places.
Yeah.
Went to 2 burger places.
Yeah, you shout out yours first.
Yeah, so Riverside.
Yeah.
The Riverside.
You took me to it. Appreciate that.
Queen and Broadview. Oh my God. It's still my favorite burger in the city.
Okay.
That's my number 1 right now.
Okay.
It's just like the bun, they toast the bun properly. It's like a good Kaiser.
Yeah.
Not just like a regular, I guess, burger bun. As well as they do the onion ring. If you're a fan of barbecue sauce, the Riverside from the Riverside is what you need to order.
I think that's a good, important point.
Yes.
It's the barbecue sauce for that one
that really like ties it together. Yeah. Because if you're not a fan of the sweet and that whole thing, then it won't be for you. It's not going to be for you. Yeah.
We were doing showings in the Canary District. We did the Canary Distillery and then Broadview.
That's right.
And public service announcement.
Yeah.
The bridge that connects you from Canary to Broadview is covered in dog poop.
Yeah.
Please, if you live in the area, for the sake of me and Joey's well-being, because we nearly tripped over rocks of crap.
Yeah. There was a lot.
There was a lot. And like, it got to the point where I was just used to avoiding these dog craps on the bridge until the no frills bag.
Oh yeah. That was a topper. Yeah.
There was a literal no frills bag overflowing with dog poop.
It's almost as if somebody had the idea I should start cleaning this, and then in the middle of the bridge they were like, you know what, I'm good.
Oh, yeah, we know what, we've done our share for the day. Yeah, so like if you have a dog, just clean up after it. Man. And if you're a human taking a crap on the bridge, like, well, it's a facility. Yeah. No, it was bad, man. There was a lot of poop.
Yeah, there was. We were dodging. We were basically just like the whole time we were watching our step.
Yeah, we were doing a little mariachi on the Eastern Avenue Bridge. But Cabanos, we went to Cabanos.
Oh yeah, your burger place.
Yeah, why were we together that day? Oh, we met up with Veronica.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, so we had Hammer Espresso on Dundas. Fantastic place, really good flavor.
Hammer Espresso was really good, yeah.
The man can put together a coffee like it's nobody's business. And then we went to Cabanos up on St. Nicholas?
Yes.
I don't know, it was a weird street we were on.
Yeah. Like just beside Bay. It's almost like a little like cobblestone street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my number 1 burger at the moment, Cabanos.
Yeah. It was really good.
Fresh ingredients. Again, big bun factor, nice and spongy and soft.
Yes. Held together really nicely. They do the fried jalapenos and like, it's they almost do this mac sauce as well.
Yeah.
And like, it's like a quality, like a very high quality McDonald's burger in a sense. Yeah.
I love how like $47 for 2 hamburgers is now the new norm.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, like my Big Mac order, $13.75. I can get a Big Mac and a junior chicken. Now it's like $47.
I know.
Whatever. It's a world we're in.
Yeah.
You did some cleaning up, like literal cleaning up. You found some cool stuff.
I did some cleaning up.
Pogs, wrestling.
Oh, we did some house cleaning.
Like legit
cleaning up. Yeah. We did some house cleaning, and oh my God, I found some childhood toys that like, they just brought stars to my eyes. Pogs.
Yeah.
Pogs are, I have 1 orange container of Pogs, an enormous amount of Hot Wheels.
Amazing.
That I cannot throw out. And we named them like we had like full like stories. Me and my brother would have like full story. We had Strong and Speed, who are, believe it or not, Strong was strong and Speed was very fast. Yeah.
I love the creativity. It's so descriptive.
And then we found like this series of wrestlers that like we used to mess around with, and like we were talking a little bit off camera about this stuff, and like, man, if these things are worth any money, I'm gonna hang on to them for life.
So what I was telling you is my dad is an avid Hot Wheel collector.
Yeah.
From when he was a kid, when he was like 6-7 years old. Yeah. He bought he had the first Hot Wheels ever released.
Oh my God.
And he still has them.
Yeah.
And I flushed a couple down the toilet when I was a kid, which he never lets me forget. But he got into collecting the RLC model of Hot Wheels. And these are like $50, $60 American cars, and he gets them shipped. My mom can't stand that we do this. She's like, you got so much crap in this house. Little Hot Wheels, you guys.
Does he have like a stand or something where he displays them?
We should, but we don't. So we have like just like cabinets full of these Hot Wheels, and like I was telling you, like some of them are like worth like big money.
Yeah,
like over $2,000 for one car.
Oh my God, that's so crazy.
You might be sitting on a little.
I'm going to start digging through one by one.
Yeah.
There's quite a bit in there.
Yeah. Your first, investment into real estate could be powered by.
I would be insane.
Yeah. I bet you could cover the land transfer tax, the value of some of those things. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Busy week because we are bringing 2 incredible listings to market.
Yes.
So we have the penthouse still on the market, and that's going to take some time to move. That's understandable. But we've got some really affordable options coming up.
Yeah.
One is 60 Tannery in the Canary District.
Yes.
So we did filming of videos, floor plans, walkthrough, staging, all that fun stuff this week. I'm super excited for that. We're coming to market at $699. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom unit. Incredible balcony. Really good vibes, man. You're just overlooking the Canary community. So that's coming to market on Monday.
Yep.
And then on Tuesday, I'm bringing up a 2-bedroom at Aura, tallest residential building in probably Canada.
Yeah.
Definitely Toronto.
Yeah.
At the moment, it's the tallest. 45th floor. I haven't taken you up to that one yet, have I?
No, I haven't been up,
Yeah,
but like
we'll go up this week.
45th floor, and that's like the middle of the building.
Yep. Still another 40 to go to hit the top.
Yeah.
The views from that are incredible. And like, I don't know if you know about this, me, but I love birds.
No, I don't know
love
that about
birds. Yeah, I'm a bird
learning
guy.
something new every day.
I'm a bird guy. I drop it to the wife. I'm like, yo, you want to get a bird? And she's like, no. And now like I'm trying to subconsciously get her to let us get a bird.
Did you have a bird as a
Kid?
pet?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I used to have zebra finches and cockatiels and
What's their lifespan?
forever.
Yeah, because my cousins had a the cousins that I was just with the other day.
Yeah.
They had a parrot that they
Parrots can live over 100.
it's still kicking.
Yep.
And so loud.
Yep.
They never stop speaking.
Nope.
Yeah.
Like me. I'm living over 100. I never stop talking. So what I did was we have like the Sonos speakers in our bedroom.
Yeah.
And I set a bird sound in the morning. So instead of an alarm going off, it's little birds chirping. And I'm trying to like subconsciously like get her like, oh, birds are nice. And then I'll have birds again. Anyways, I digress into this bird talk.
It's a whole new thing that I just never knew existed.
I love birds. Yeah. There was a hawk that used to fly around my parents' house. I named it Harold the Hawk. I would talk to it and be like, Harold. And it's like, that's why I like the swans. But in this unit, there's like a family of hawks that you can see flying right in front of the unit. There's like 4 or 5 of them.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh, that's so wicked.
Yeah, I know. Birds.
Incredible.
So we've got that coming to market. That's going to be priced at just under $1 million. Both listings are going to be holding off for offers. So we're going to do the 7-day holdback and see what we get.
Yep.
I'm like 70-30 that we're going to get good results. I think Tannery is going to do well. Aura is a harder building to read just because there's a lot of inventory in that area at the moment.
Yep.
But it'll be a good heat check to see where we're at.
Yeah, 100%. Higher price point too.
Higher price point, bigger units as well. I think Tannery offers incredible value just because of where we're priced and what's up on the market with us. I think we're doing the right approach with that one.
Yep.
Renee did an incredible job on both of them. The team killed it.
As they do.
Yeah. So good. And it's funny. She sent me the videos of it. I think I was in a mood. I was like, it's okay. And I went there in person. I'm like, my God, is it ever good? No, it is so good. They did a killer job. Shout out Zuzu. Shout out Jasmine. Shout out Renee. Shout out the gang.
Is it time?
Pivot time.
Is it pivot time?
Pivot time. That was everything I got.
That was really. I was expecting the pivot sound, but that was that was next level.
Let me bring it back. Pivot time.
Good fireworks going off. Love it.
Spring has sprung and so have the buyers.
Yes, that's right.
It's pivot time. We're going to be talking about the April numbers.
We are. Yeah. Things have, like as we've been speaking, as you may have been seeing out there and reading about, things have picked up.
Yeah.
Since January, it hasn't really lightened.
No.
It's only kind of gotten more intense.
Yeah.
We have been on an upward, the prices have been on an upward trend. Competition's been on an upward trend. Mm-hmm. Inventory's been on a low,
downward trend.
Downward trend. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, it's been an interesting one, and boots on the ground. It's same thing. Competition is moving fast.
Yeah, and literally everything. Like we've done a couple of rentals. You've been in bidding wars in almost every rental.
Yeah.
At least the place on Parliament. You brought us a potential.
Yeah.
And that was a bidding war.
Yeah. Rental market, same thing. It's like, especially for like condo one beds.
Yeah.
That are, they're flying because everyone's trying to grasp the lowest price point at like a decent place to live. And it just keeps it's a tough market.
And there was a couple articles that came out this week speaking how like by 2030, the price of a one bedroom is going to be $3,000. And people were like, that's crazy. Yeah, I see that. 7 years from now, 3,000. Yeah.
We're moving so fast.
Yeah.
The last, one of the last podcasts we did, we were talking about rental prices and it was like, 23 if you're looking for parking. 25. We're out of there now.
We're out of there. That was a month and a half ago.
Yeah. Like it's moved up so quickly. And we're obviously taking in a lot of people into Canada. So like, they're all going to be renters first. Nobody's coming in right out of the gates buying. So it's going to put pressure on rental market before it puts pressure on the other side. That's
actually a good point. For Parliament, we had a total of 5 offers come in throughout 2 days. And 3 of the 5 were people coming from other province into Toronto.
Yeah.
And we're going to just see more of that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. All right. Glad we hit that off. So this is what I think is most interesting with the April numbers. If you're looking year over year, they suck.
They still aren't great.
But if you look from month over month, especially from January to now, they're incredible.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know what side of the spectrum you want to look at, like in terms of your outlook of things. But I think if you bought in the last year, maybe these numbers are a little bit unsettling. Yeah. But if you're trying to get into the market now, these numbers are very telling of what to expect.
They're very promising. Yeah. If we're not moving in a downward trend, obviously. So like when you're buying, you're not going to buy and like hope it's going to, go back up as fast as you're planning on.
Right.
So we're moving in the upwards direction, which is bringing a lot of buyers back to the market. It's bringing there's a lot of confidence back in people. In terms of like making the move and jumping in.
Yeah. The average price, $1,153,000.45. I'm just freewheeling that last part, but like that's important because like I think the concept of getting a place under $1 million, if you're looking for like a 2-3 bedroom, that's not happening. Yeah, you got to just really get that out of your system, and like I would say 1-2 is probably like a good starting number to be looking at a low rise property. Yeah, you can still get a condo in the 700s, but we've been out the past couple of weeks with a few clients and like there's not much quality under 700. It exists, but if you're like very specific and you want a den and a view and a gym and a concierge, 750 to 8 for a one bed. I would say it seems to be moving in that direction, and like competition is pushing it up basically. So it's been any under 6 you're usually in the tighter spaces. You usually have like not necessarily a separated bedroom or close to the separated bedroom where you have the 2 glass doors. Yeah, the interior bedroom. Yeah. And your square footage just gets to be tighter. Yeah. So this is one thing that I thought was wild is in January, the average price was $1,038,000. Right. 4 or 5 months have passed. We're already $1,153,000. I know. That's a big jump. Yeah. And I think expectations, I mean, we do a good job. A lot of other podcasters and reporters do a good job of like illustrating how fast things are moving, but that number really hit me like, holy crow, that's a big jump in a short period of time. I know. Yeah. It's true. It's moved really quickly. And like, I mean, it's averages. So, it could just be people starting to buy at higher price points. Fair. Keep that in mind. But yeah, it did. That's a big number. That's a huge number to average up. And I think you're right that there is more movement in the higher priced, inventory level. Yeah. Like we saw with the sub penthouse, like that was the only unit that sold in a building where there was more affordable options. So there is more movement in that. But that tells me that there's confidence in, even though the rates are higher, that market is now coming back. Yeah. And I think that's going to have a trickle down effect to other price points below that. But I'll tell you what I'm most excited about. Remember that little bet we made way back in January, February? Oh, I knew you were going to bring this up. I'm close to winning this bet. I know. What are we at? We're at like 24. 24. So we're at originally what, 28 days on market in January? In January? 41. You're right though. When we were talking, it was like sub 30. Yeah. But we're at 41 in January. 41 in January. We're already back down to 24. Yeah. And it's been progressively moving quicker down to that number. When you get sub 20, that's a really good indication that the market is hot. It's very hot. Yeah. Yeah. So I think by June we will see, because I think what's the bet? Like June has to be sub 20 by June. No, was it June? I thought it was just end of the year. Oh,
Which
I'm going to win that.
You're winning that,
Yeah,
no question.
No.
Yeah.
I said June.
Okay,
let's make it fair for you.
Okay, please.
Yeah.
I don't like treadmills.
I know. Well, we walked the heck out of the city on, and my dogs were barking.
Yeah, I was broken.
My toes were like, my pinkies especially. Oh my God. They look like donuts at the end of it. But anyhow, I digress. So that's been quite good. Let's maybe just talk about what we're seeing in terms of the different segments of the market.
Let's break on that because the big one that I wanted to mention was detached houses.
Yeah.
That took the biggest leap. It went from the start of the year being 1.48 million being the average, which is now sitting at 1.787.
Yeah.
That's an enormous leap.
That's a huge jump.
Yeah. I don't know if that's, once again, like, I don't know if that's people just buying it over the $1 million mark now more comfortably. Whereas before people might have tried to brace that, like, just below line potentially, but if it's detached houses, so like you wouldn't find very much in that range anyways.
Yeah.
But that's a big jump from January to now.
And that shows confidence in the market. That shows a comfortableness with paying these higher interest rates, which could be alarming because like, if affordability is what they're trying to combat, does another increase happen?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, even if it does, like it has to be a really aggressive.
Yeah.
If they go for a little like
A quarter bump.
like how much is that going to scare people?
Nothing.
At this point, yeah.
Nah, I don't think so.
It's got to be like, it has to be that same sentiment that's like we're about to do some serious damage.
Yeah.
Everybody, watch out.
Yeah, and inflation has been coming down quite progressively. So I mean, they're achieving the lower inflation.
Yeah.
And real estate's going to do what real estate does. I think it's a totally different ball game. Like you can't. It's hard to measure it in the same aspect as you measure inflation.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to control it the same way you can control inflation. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. That being said, one little last piece to the detached houses is let's even talk month over month because that's a huge number from January to now. Right. But even month over month, it went up $80,000.
Yeah,
or in and around $80,000, which is a huge bump month over month.
That's a big jump.
Yeah.
Semi-Ds also saw quite a bit of increase.
Yep.
Average price of 1.3 million, let's call it.
Yeah.
And we started the year at 1,015,000.
Yep.
So we're up over 60K month over month.
Yep.
Like the semis are kind of, I've always liked semis because you get that low rise feel for a lot less than a detached, right? We're talking about $400,000, $300,000 cheaper.
Yeah.
But like that's seen an incredible increase in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
And people are being more comfortable with, look, I just want to get out of a condo into a house. I'll take a semi.
Yeah, it's true. They're kind of that little sweet spot. And I would say there's less of them that were made. There's less of them to choose from in general. Right. So you're already starting in a smaller pool, and then you're with what you find, like it's easy to get that to be bumped up.
Yeah,
especially when detached are that much more out of reach.
Yep, and now squeezing the idea of affordability out. Townhomes were all day sub $1 million.
Yeah,
you would okay, I can't get into the fully detached, not even the semi. Let me get a townhouse. Now we're at $1,053,000.
Yeah, that's right. We officially crossed that line, which means if you're looking to buy it, you now need 20% down.
Yes, very good point.
Which is a huge jump that you didn't need prior.
That's right. So for those that don't know, anything over $1 million, you need to have at least 20% down. There's no way around it. And so now that's a very good point that in townhomes, you have to have at least $200K ready to go, plus your closing costs, land transfer tax, lawyer fees, et cetera, furniture, all that other fun stuff.
Yep.
So you're sitting about $300K you need to have ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everyone's like, where are people? How's this happening, man? Like, what's it? Well, they start with a condo.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think setting the expectations is important that if you are looking to eventually end up in a detached house, you probably have to start with an investment condo.
It's true. That's a good point. There's a ladder to climb, unfortunately. Like, it is very expensive to live in the GTA, and like you do need to climb the real estate ladder.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think that's the big disconnect from, like, my parents went from living at home with their parents to a detached house.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was condos when my parents purchased, but like there was no thought about it. You just jumped from one to the other.
Yeah.
Now you probably have to take 2 or 3 steps before you get to that final goal. And we were talking earlier in the week and like just strategy for our own personal investments. It's like grab that pre-con when you can. That's how I did it.
Yeah, that's right.
With a pre-con, and when it was closed, borrowed against that, bought my first, borrowed against that, bought my second, and just keep rolling with it.
Yeah. 100%. And one thing I wanted to bring up, did we get through the segments? Did we get through all the segments?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there another segment?
Did we do condos? Did we do condos?
I briefly touched upon it. And let's maybe elaborate on that. That condos are now sitting at 750,000 as the average price.
Yes. At the start of the year. Start of the year, we were just over 700. We were 711.
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven.
Slurpee season is here. Yeah, I mean, they haven't seen a crazy high jump, but I feel like that pendulum is going to swing and that's usually what happens as houses detached and semis become more unaffordable. The condo market seen kind of upticks.
Yeah, it gets its pressure because people are doing exactly what we're saying, which is jumping in that first, get your foot in the door. And then, a handful of years down the road, you can kind of maneuver and see what you can do.
Yeah. And I don't know about you, like, I feel like COVID craze is like 10 years ago.
I know. Yeah.
Right. Like it's just so normal now. This will probably, hopefully, fingers crossed, be the summer of full normality.
Yeah.
And I think as more people return to the downtown core and work from home becomes less of a common thing, condos prices are going to see quite a sharp.
I see the same thing, and it's funny because they're increasing. They're increasing. Obviously, not as crazy. They're at a lower price point. They're not going nuts. They have the most amount of inventory of all the segments, which actually brings me to what I think we should hit next, which is months of inventory. Once again, this is a good gauge of just how much pressure or not pressure is on a market.
Yeah. Heat check.
Yeah.
Was that heat? Does that sound like heat?
I mean, in a sense, it sounded more like a karate chop.
Wow, what's a good heat sound? That's my dragon sound.
Like almost like a okay. Dragon works. So you can put a bunch of water on like a hot pan. Yeah.
Oh man.
So months of inventory. Let's encompassing all of the GTA, we are seeing that all products and all GTA, all segments of the market, we're seeing 1.4 as the months of inventory.
So what does that mean?
Basically, if we stopped listing any listings onto the MLS, we put a halt and we just let buyers buy out the inventory that exists. It would only take 1.4 months for everything to be cleared out.
Okay.
If we're talking numbers, if you want to just get a gauge of this, I'll re-explain for those that don't know. 1 to 3 months of inventory means it's a seller's market.
Okay.
It means basically the sellers have the power, prices go up. 4 to 6 or 4 to 6, we'll say is a balanced market.
Okay.
Meaning good conversation and just the even keel across the board. Pace is a little bit slowed down and good, just like a good even balance. Above 6, you're getting into a buyer's market and your buyers have the power. They get to negotiate harder and like let things take their time, and the pace is a lot slower.
Okay. Love that.
So when it comes to the GTA in total as an average of 1.4 months of inventory, we are talking it's very low.
Okay.
That's a big seller's market right now. And in certain segments, we're getting almost to the pre-COVID levels of inventory. Or sorry, the COVID levels of inventory, if I say that. Yeah. So let's start with detached really quickly. Detached is at 1.3 at the moment. Detached at 1.3 months of inventory. Once again, low. If we're talking 1 to 3, we're on the lower side of the scale. Sub 1 is, we're talking like we're in extreme.
Okay.
And semis, speaking of which, have the lowest.
So we're there for them.
We're there for them.
That translates perfectly for what we saw in the monthly numbers and from what we're experiencing in our own listings and our own buyers that we're working with.
Yeah.
That detached is incredibly competitive. Semi is insanely competitive because of the price point. And I love that, what we're thinking and what we're seeing and what the numbers are showing lines up to the months of inventory, which means we're doing our job. Yeah. We're making sense of the numbers.
Finger on the pulse.
Ooh.
Yeah. And semi's below 1. The number that it's at right now is 0.7, which is it's extreme. It's extreme. It wouldn't make it a month if we stopped all new semis from being listed.
Yeah. Believe it.
Yeah. Towns are at 1.3. They came down from 1.4, and condos are at the most at 1.8.
Which makes sense. They had the least amount of price increase month over month and year to date.
Yep.
And kind of what we're seeing out there is the good ones are definitely selling fast, and there's good amounts of showings, but it's not with the same intensity as we're seeing in the semis or the detached.
Yeah, there's some like real heat when it comes to competition on those segments, but the condo is like, there's still, don't get me wrong, there's still heat in those.
Yeah, they're moving, especially with the right price point, the right look, the right feel. It's just the real heat is with the low rise market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just with more to choose from, you don't need to go all in as much on that condo that you saw. You could wait for the next one to come.
Yeah. And I think that's like speaks to the big picture of earphones, Regan.
It's
okay. It's okay. We're busy people, man. You have to take it?
No, all good.
Okay. That speaks to the thought and the feeling and the now proof of like the worst is behind us.
Yeah.
And it's important to get your mind past what we saw last year. And if you bought last year, you probably did incredibly well. Kudos to you for taking to have the courage to buy in a market of uncertainty.
Yep.
But expect competition, and getting a deal is very hard to find in this market.
It's a different conversation. Yeah. We're not talking, how low can we get them at this point?
That's right.
There's some that have been on there, but it's not, people aren't as pressured as they were in the big transitional moment.
Yeah. And what you got to remember is like, if a place has been sitting for over a month and like, there's probably a reason.
Yeah.
Right. Like it speaks for itself. If something's been up for 2 months, like, there's probably something there that you can't see on the MLS, but in person will be quite clear to you as to why it's been sitting.
Yep.
Just expect that it's getting a lot busier out there.
Yeah.
The Bank of Canada is not meeting in the month of May, which means rates will remain as they are for the variable.
Yep.
Fixed rates have come down a little bit. I'm seeing, 2-3 months ago, it was quite common to get a rate over 5. Now, a lot of the big banks are offering sub 5. The lowest I saw was 4.75. I don't know how many people are actually getting that rate, but I think like 4.9 is quite.
I would, yeah. I was going to say 4.7 sounds 7.5 sounds like
7.5, but you know how it is. It's a teaser rate. Like, your blood type has to be O negative. You had to have been born within these specific months, and like, you have to be able to juggle and rub your stomach at the same time. Wait, tap your head and rub your stomach at the same time. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of stuff. Anyhow, 4.9 is, I think, what to kind of expect. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Anything else you want to talk about the market?
No, I think that pretty much covers it. I would say, we were kind of speaking about this yesterday, but I would say if you're somebody who was waiting for a specific month to kind of jump in because you were, life is life. So if you need to get your things sorted, but, you want to move, I would say you'd want to move quicker than you would, later. Yeah.
The question was posed like, do you think it's better to wait until the fall to purchase or now? And our response was kind of like, if you have the means to do it now, it's probably going to be more affordable to do it today, and probably by the fall prices will be up a little bit more than they are today.
Yeah.
I don't think, you're going to be $250,000 more by there, but if you have all your ducks lined up, you're set, you're pre-qualified, you could afford the cost, you have a steady job, do it, man. Do it.
Yeah. It's by the end of 2023, I don't think it's going to be cheaper than it is right now.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you for concisely trying to summarize my messy thoughts. And like, I'm actively looking myself. Like, I want to get another rental property. I want to get a triplex would be great, but we'll see what life brings.
Yep.
Because like, I don't care. I'm not in it for the year. I'm in it for like 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
So do it, man. Don't be scared.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Shout outs.
Well, shout outs.
Oh no. Do you know what day it is today?
Oh, thank you.
You better shout out.
Oh my God. Shout out my mom.
Yes. Shout out all the moms.
Shout out all the moms. Yeah.
All the women, all the motherly figures, whether you have a kid or not, shout out you beautiful people, because we wouldn't be here without you. Shout out my mama, Mama Rosie Bede. She listens to the podcast. She says we're fun.
All right.
I don't think she knows how to. She listens to the highlights on Instagram of her podcast. I don't think she knows how to play a podcast.
Okay.
Yeah. She was on the radio this week, my mom.
What?
Yeah, she was on Kiss 92.5. Yeah, my mom finds ways into the funniest situations.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Was she she was a caller that called in?
Yeah, something with the Roz and Mocha show. Yeah, I know. I
didn't even know they still did that.
They still do that, and my mom was on it, and like so many people reached out. They're like, "Yo, your mom's on the radio." I'm like, "Oh God, why? What's going on?" They were looking at a memory of Roz or Mocha. I don't listen to the show. I don't know, but like my mom saw him like 10 years ago and took a picture with him and called in because he was really nice and kind to her, and so like they wanted her to share that story. And like so many people were messaging like, "Yo, your mom's on the radio." I don't even have radio. I don't even listen to the radio. I listen to Spotify.
Same here.
Yeah. But a lot of people still do. She was on there. One time she called me. She's like, "Hey, I'm at a basketball player's private party." I'm like, "Who?" She was at Serge Ibaka's Hudson Bay party.
Oh my God.
Members only invite. She somehow got into there. She took pictures with him. She was at Prince's last concert in Toronto.
Oh my God.
Yeah, my mom's the best, man. She gets into like all these situations. So shout out my mom, shout out my wife, shout out my mother-in-law, shout out Ruby. Also listen to the show. Gives us really good not criticism, really good constructive,
Feedback?
Yeah, basically I should shut up and let you talk more. You talk too much. You talk too much. Let Joey speak, Okay, Ruby. I love it. She always does it in good fun and good faith. And yeah, shout out all the moms. Yeah.
Love it.
I want to shout out Najeen and Ben from Mediarama.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm on board with that.
Yeah, they're new to our circle of trust, but they're definitely in the circle of trust.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
They're great and like continuously getting busier and busier.
They are.
Yeah.
And they're expanding.
Yeah. Oh, they are?
Yeah, they're expanding. I'm not going to divulge too much of their game plan, but they're doing some good things.
Okay.
Yeah, they make us look so pretty.
I know.
And the listing's so beautiful. And like turnaround time's incredible. So like if you're a realtor listening to this, I'm gonna tell you use Mediarama. I'm okay with that. They're fantastic. All right, I'm good with that.
Yeah, sounds good.
Any ideas what we're gonna do next episode?
Good question. Yeah.
I want to talk maybe about the changes coming to zoning.
New fourplexes.
Yeah.
Yeah, triplexes and fourplexes.
Yeah, let's do that.
Sounds good.
Or if you want us to talk about something else, shoot us a DM. And
Yeah, honestly, like recommendations too. If there's something you want us to touch on, like feel free to reach out.
yeah, guests you want us to have on the show, we will find them.
Yeah,
and bring
100%.
them here. Cool.
Like it. Yeah.
All right, have fun, man. Good
Have
episode.
fun. Cool. All right.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to the Toronto Livings Real Estate Podcast. You could find more information on how we work over at torontolivings.com. Be sure to sign up for our newsletter to get price reports from over 150 different neighborhoods in the city each and every month.
If you got any value, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And if you made it this far, thanks for listening.